Welcome back, everybody. Welcome if you're new. Today we're in the 358 Modifieds here at Williams Grove. Didn't run a great time in practice, but this track is completely worn out. Like, I was just in a practice session that started off clean, got kind of worn out in the middle, in like the beginning of the corners, but you're still able to run the bottom pretty easily. This track is gone. This is going to be a very interesting race to see how this goes. Because on my last practice session, my fastest lap was like a 20.758, and now I'm running like a second slower than that, if not more, which is absolutely crazy to me. Like, this track is so worn out. It came in like this too. Like, we came into the lobby and it was just like this, which is nuts. But I love it. I like that they're just throwing a huge curveball into the race with the track state. Hopefully that was a decent time. We're at a 7, okay. The time was awful apparently. People were in the mid 6s, so I need to gain like 800s somewhere. Gonna try to stay a little higher, get that grip and get off the corners better. I don't know. Hopefully that was a little bit better. Nope, about the same lap. Damn. They were dang, he ran a low 6. Holy shit. This is going to be a crazy race with how worn out this track is. And everybody's already done a lap, so we're going to probably get straight up into this. And we're starting in the middle of the Hornet's Nest, which is going to be awful. And on the outside, at least, which is the only good thing I feel like is going to happen to us. Because people are going to be sending it into turn 1 and probably sliding up through the slick, hitting everyone on the outside is my guess. But apparently some guy hasn't qualified yet. Who hasn't qualified? I hate when people don't do both laps. Like, just go through both laps real quick, please. Because then we just have to sit here and wait. I did both my laps. If it's somebody in the very back, I swear. It is him. The 7 car didn't do both his laps. So we're going to be sitting here for the next 2.5 minutes waiting on the race to start because the 7 car didn't do both laps. Everybody is done laps. If he would have just finished his second lap, we'd all be good. But I'll bring you guys back when we're getting ready to go green. Alright, the timer's finally up, and I realized he did 1 lap and left, so there was no way he was doing a second lap. So that was frustrating. This is going to be a crazy race with how worn out this track is. Like, I don't think I've came into a track this worn out before. We've got it worn out before, for sure.
Let's try to take it easy.
Yeah, that's going to be hard for some people in the back, I'm guessing. The guys coming in on the low side is just going to be sliding all the way up the track. It's not any faster down there by any means. It's actually like quite slower, probably like 6, 7 tenths slower on the bottom right now. I tried it in practice. It did not work out. I kind of went back and looked at what the 10 did in practice, and when he ran a 620, he just ran a little lower in 3 and 4. Like, instead of all the way out at the wall, he ran a little lower right above the slick and just gripped it and went pretty well. Waiting on 2nd place or 4th place to start moving, it looks like.
Line up behind the pace
Yeah,
car.
there he goes, finally.
He's gonna be lining up behind the 14.
But I need to get better in these cars for sure, because this is his poor performance in qualifying, but I haven't had this worn out of a track. Like, my last practice was completely opposite of this. Like, 100 times opposite. Came in completely clean, we got the beginning of the corner worn out, and then you still ran the bottom in it because it was faster. That was about it. Okay, 2 car up high. Don't know what's going on there. Maybe he got a message somebody. I don't know. Something maybe happened to his wheel. I'm not 100% sure. But hopefully we can have a pretty good restart, or just really pretty good start in general, because there's no cautions here. Hopefully we don't end up in a turn 1 wreck. That's the main thing. Do not want to end up in a turn 1 wreck. That's going to be awful if that happens. You do get a fast person to the D-Class race. I was thinking about that. I'm like, I've never used it in this series, but I've never really like wrecked out to where I need to use it. If I've wrecked in this series, I usually keep going. If my front end's messed up some, my tires, usually just kept going, but I feel like we might get flipped here. I don't know why, I just have that feeling. Leader started going after the pace car got off of him, so he's sped up the speed. Oh, they are wrecking already for 2nd row in. 2 cars up the freaking track. So that's what I figured was gonna happen to the guys on the bottom. Yeah, 3rd place I think just slid up there, it looked like to me. Oh, my car is not turning. Not what I need right there. My car needs to turn a little bit more. Back end never kicked out. Don't know what happened there on the start, but hey, we're up to 5th. I'll take that. That's the only way we were gonna get by some people was on that start. Now we need to just try not to hit the wall for the most part. Take advantage of anybody making a mistake.
You're blinking everywhere.
Don't know where the 3's at. He must be in the back somewhere. I don't see him on my relative either. Leader got in the wall slightly, not too bad. Yeah, I need to go back and see what the hell happened on that restart in the beginning. That was kind of crazy. Ooh, he went in low. Was not expecting that. He slid right up to my door.
Thanks, man.
Trying to run a little bit of that lower line in 3 and 4, but I think I'm just entering shallow. I need to enter higher and come off shallower. That's like the only way to get by somebody. If you can get by them on a straightaway, that's like the only way. But that's gonna be tough. You can definitely throw a slider just because we're so high in these corners. Yep, don't hit the wall. I barely tapped it, so it wasn't that bad.
There's a car there, bud.
And he sent it into the 6.
You an idiot?
Yeah, apparently.
Still early. Take it easy.
Yeah, he sent it straight into the 6 there.
Well, I was high and somebody came up into me.
I don't think the 12 knows who they're talking to.
Probably talking about the 2. Probably talking about the 2.
I think the 12 thought the 6 was talking to him or something. I don't know. But 3 cars wrecked. He was blinking in the beginning, people were saying, so probably some netcode issue there with blinking, I'm assuming. Dude, they were hitting that like apex in the middle up top and coming down. I am not doing it. And it seems to get them a better run off the corner. The guy behind me is catching me slightly, it looks like to me on mirror. Can't 100% tell, but it looks like it. There we go, I rolled it a little bit more and it actually worked out for 3 and 4 a lot better, I felt like. Like just stay off the gas for a little bit and your car can get through the corner and you can come down a little bit on the exit. Seems to work out for me. Just so hard to go anywhere because we're all in the same damn line. Like the only way you're gonna get by somebody is the way the 2 did or actually throw a correct slider. So watch for that 2 to do that again, or get on the outside of somebody. 2 actually got on the outside of the 10 there, which was good for him, because that's gonna be the way to get by somebody. 10 car slowed way up, but that was just to get back in line, it looks like. He was the leader. He qualified on the pole, so he's falling off some at this point. Don't know what's happened to him. Because he was super fast in qualifying and stuff. Qualifying and practice. Four car behind me is definitely catching us slightly. After that, there's no one behind him. Trying to get as good of runs on these straightaways as I can. I'm just like, I'm trying to just run this line and not run anybody over. At the same time, not get ran over, but I'm not really that close to people to actually do that. I could definitely run the 10 over, but the way I'm running, I'm not that close in the corners, I feel like. 2 car is definitely super fast. It's just that his really bad slider on the 6 was a dick move. I really hope the 6 pays him back for that later in the race. It'd be karma. Like, yeah, the 2's faster, but you gotta get by him without wrecking him. I'm surprised that they really didn't go anywhere when they hit each other. They kind of just like bounced and stayed straight. 4 car's trying to make something happen behind me when he catches me, but then he loses a ton of time. Because he goes low and he just loses all of it. Like, we're running so high up on the track. I want to run the bottom, but there is nothing there. The 10 car straightened out really bad there. I had to, like, let off in the middle of that corner. Tried to brake to start that corner. That did not work out very well. It, like, got me sideways to where I wanted to be facing. Yeah, 2 cars just gonna cross him up right there. That was a bad move by the 14. I don't know why he went low, unless the 2 car was outside of him at that time. Now the 6 is on the low side. Gonna be able to fall off the line barely. If I just had enough room there. Oh, okay, thank you. I was trying not to run over the 6, but instead I get ran over. That's unfortunate. We lost that whole group. Like, it literally just picked me up. What? I have what? What do you mean I have required repairs? That makes 0 sense. Literally, I got picked up the slightest bit. My car is not driving straight anymore down the straightaway. That is the dumbest thing I've seen. Like, he tapped me in my middle of the left side, it felt like. Literally just picked me up, put me back down, we're fine. And we have required damage? At least it doesn't force us to pit, or like DNF out the race, but damn, that's stupid. That is real dumb. 'Cause I would love to see what kind of damage I got. I could see it's on my front left. You could see the front left is pushed in. But my front left didn't even really get hit, it doesn't seem like. He literally picked me up on my back left or middle of my left side and just like got me loose. But they're throwing sliders on each other or something up there now. They're getting ballsy up there. 2 car is definitely fast. He just didn't do the right thing to the 6, in my opinion. That was a dick move. I wish the 6 would be able to catch him, but it doesn't look like he's going to. We got 10 laps left and he's in 4th. I don't think I'm going to be able to catch that group either, or anybody, unless somebody gets wrecked up or knocked around. Like, I about ran into the 6 because he barely got up in line, but that was fine. He had the room. And I checked up a little bit, and the 4 car didn't check up enough for me. But that's what happens when the accordion line hits the end of it. But we got a huge gap behind us. I shouldn't have to worry about anyone behind me, ever. Just gonna try to catch these guys, but with my car not driving straight down the straightaway, it's not very good. Oh, I went too hard into that corner. It's just crazy on how high we're running at this track, because we never get this high at this track whenever I race. Like, even the street stocks don't get this high when we have heats and everything. So, like, 3 and 4, normal. 1 and 2, super high, which is crazy to me. I have plenty of room behind me. I want to try to run the low side. I just know how slick it is. Oh, yeah, it just slides you up through the corner. That was bad. That's just super slow. Yeah, there's not even a point in that. You have to keep up your speed in these cars. They don't have much motor, so you need to keep up the speed. There's actually a battle going on for first up there. I'm surprised. I thought the 2 car was gone, but the guy that was in second started catching him. I think it's 14 up there. Yeah, he is. I just am so confused by the damage flag that we got, the meatball flag that we got. That's so stupid. There was literally no reason for me to have that damage, because it like didn't happen like that. If I would have like nailed something with my front left, then yeah, that makes sense. But getting picked up on the middle of the left side or the back of the left, like my back left tire, getting picked up in the air and then spun around just barely, doesn't make any sense to me. Like, these cars are so fragile with the open wheels in the front. The back wheels are kind of sturdy because of the fender.
So,
Sorry, man.
Yeah, they're getting crazy up there, it looks like, from what I see. And we're like all the way up from the wall in 3 and 4 now. 10 car, real slow. It looks like he got up in the wall. I think he was throwing a slider there in 3 and 4 on second place. So I'm pretty sure he was on the low side there. His car doesn't look to be driving straight either. But his car is like towed out the opposite way of me because he nailed his right side. So his car is bowed out from the front is facing to the right, so he's having to hold left down the straightaway. I'm having to hold right, so it's like the opposite. That's just really unfortunate. We were having a good race too. Like everybody was real close. Nothing really was going on with each other besides the two getting into the 6. So that's just unfortunate how everything turned out. But hell, I'll take a 6. We started 8th, got up to 5th. I think we almost got up to, yeah, I was in 5th for the most part, yeah. That was the highest I got. We were almost up to 4th a couple times, but the guy were able to slide in front of me. I had just enough room for the cars to be able to get up in front of me. So we're gonna end up finishing 6th, which is alright. 2-car ended up winning it. He was definitely fastest. I just wish we were able to stick with that group. Because that's unfortunate for us.
Sorry about getting into the Isaac, I just had to go.
Yeah, he didn't do it the right way though. At least he apologizes for it, but that was a dick move in general.
Bounced off the wall. Sorry about that.
Damn it, man. I want to go back and see what the hell
Yeah, with it
happened.
being that early, I wanted to take it easy.
Yeah, it was real early in the race
right
at that time.
At the end too, so.
Right here is where it happened. Because I about got into the 6, so I pretty much did get into the 6, I think. I think it started to get him loose. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I didn't hit him. I don't know. That was super close. But I have to check up, and the 4-car just barely doesn't check up for me. I get hit in the back left. Like, really? I guess his back end barely clipped me. Oh, I guess his back end barely clipped my front left. Just barely. That literally turned me off. That's a netcode 2. God damn it. Netcode is the bane of my existence, it feels like. I barely get clipped there, and my front left gets clipped barely. I'm happy I was able to save it from going all the way around, but then my front left was just completely screwed. It was pushed in. Because you could see it on the last straightaway. Kinda. It's out more. It got pushed in this way from the back end barely. Yeah, I nearly got into the 6, or I kind of might have gotten to the 6. There might have been a little bit of netcode that saved us there, to be honest. And just barely clips my front left. That sucks, because it got pushed in a good, like, foot maybe. It got pushed in a lot. But damn, that sucks. I want to go back and see what happened. It was like real early in the race, I feel like. Yeah, right here is where the 2 went low and just did not throw a clean slider at all. Like, yeah, you're faster than the 6, but you got to get by him still. Because he was super fast. A little bit of netcode barely bumped him, but no harm, no foul there. He gets a good run down the front stretch. They're kind of even right there. He goes low and just comes straight up into him. I'm surprised they didn't wreck more, because I'm surprised the 6-car didn't get flung around towards the wall, or the 2 getting hooked, something. That was kind of crazy to me that none of that happened. That was an awful slider. That's not the way to do it. Yeah, he ended up winning the race, but he's lucky he didn't get wrecked there. But we had a lot of fun racing up here. I was having a lot of fun with the pack up front until all that happened, because we were running real close to each other since it's a 1-lane track. That's the only bad part about this getting so worn out. I wish there was a little bit more left on the bottom. It would have been interesting to see if we could run the bottom and the top at the same time and make 2-groove racing, because that's what this track provides a lot of the time. When the bottom's getting worn out, there's still enough speed there if you hit it just right, but a lot of speed on top, it's just easier to mess up on the bottom. So it's unfortunate we ended up finishing 6th. Definitely gonna lose some iRating, finishing 6th out of 14, really 13, kind of 12, because this guy was out 4 laps in, but 6 out of 14, number 1 car, definitely gonna lose some iRating. So let's go see what we lose out of this one. Alright, results are in. Strength of field was nearly 2,900. It was a very high strength of field, and I was still car number 1, which is... Oh, wow, I only lost 8? I'll take that. Fuck yeah, I'll take that, only losing 8. That actually got me really excited, because I thought I was going to lose like 30, 40, be under 4,000 again, because there were some higher numbers that definitely finished pretty high up there. Like the 14, he was the lowest number in here, finishing 2nd. He was flying up there. He was contending for the win for sure. He led half the laps, actually. Nice. The 10 car actually never led any laps. He started on the pole. That's actually surprising. I didn't notice that. I didn't go back and look at what happened on the first, on the actual restart, the initial start. I didn't go back and look at that. I completely forgot about that. Dang it. Because everybody, like, started checking up I think, yeah, the 9 car was on the inside there on the second row, and I think he got loose or something and came up into, I think it was the 2, actually. He came up, I think, into the 2, and that's how the 2 ended up back by me. And then he worked his way back up to the front. But he was flying, man. Like, you could see he was just more consistent and just able to get the right speed and the right lines around the track. So, good for him that he was flying. I just wish he wouldn't have done that one slider on the 6. Other than that, it was a great race. And I wish I wouldn't have gotten tagged by the 4 barely, but it was a good race overall. Everybody's just so tight racing, it's hard to react that quickly. So can't be mad about that. But other than that, great race. High strength of field, which was a lot of fun because the 14 car, the lowest car number in here, was over 2,200 now. He was 21, 37? Yeah, 2137. And that was the top split out of 3. I knew it was top split. I didn't know how many splits there were because there was a lot of people that actually wanted to race these, which is surprising because Williams Grove usually doesn't get that much love. So very fun racing. Wish we would have been able to stay in contact with that front group because that was a lot of really tight racing, which was a lot of fun. So never know what would happen if we were able to stay up there, but it is what it is. We only lost 8, so I'm not even that mad about it. Great race. It was just tight racing overall. And we ended up with 0x somehow. I thought we would have gotten 2x from the 4, but we barely got tapped, so it was just unfortunate we got that meatball flag because we really weren't able to do anything with our car afterwards. It was just kind of like not destroyed, but it wasn't turning correctly going into the corners and everything. But appreciate you guys for watching as always. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the race nonetheless. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see some more racing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.